I open my eyes and I'm greeted by a cute little smile. The world is new with you by my side. Everything is beautiful. Tuesday afternoon, I'm calling you home just to hear your voice on the phone. I think of you and I'm not alone. You are everything.
Welcome back to my channel, to a brand new video, and happy Easter everybody. I hope you're all enjoying your bank holiday Easter weekend. This is my favourite vlog, I think, throughout the whole calendar year. I love Easter. We celebrate in this house and it's only going to get better when Bella grows up a little bit and she can enjoy like Easter egg hunts and activities and things like that, because obviously my other girl is a grown-up girl now. So it tends to centre around a massive Easter spread. What can I say? We love food in this house. And yeah, we're going to bake an Easter cake in this video. I always make a cake for the Easter. I mean, it's nothing groundbreaking. Sometimes I bake a cake anyway, but I've actually started a little tradition and I've been baking cakes for special occasions, Easter being one of them. Maybe I need to do a Christmas cake, not like Christmas fruit cake, because ew. Birthdays mainly, and Mother's Day we baked my mother-in-law a cake. I say we, I baked the cake, and I really need to learn to start baking from scratch. So if you're expecting all of the weighing ingredients and measuring up and all of that stuff in this video, then you will be sadly disappointed. I do like to make my cakes out of a Betty Crocker cake mix. I just feel like you still get the baking experience mixing up the mixture, but you can't get it wrong with the science, because I've never been good with the science of baking. Anyway, we're baking a cake for Easter in this video, but if you can't tell already, I'm dead excited. I'm going to do a gorgeous tablescape. Like I said, everything centres around food in this house at Easter time. Yeah, probably one of my favourite vlogs. I am feeling so inspired. In other news, postpartum mothers, if you know, you know. So in my last vlog, I explained that I was having this really weird wrist pain and I felt like I'd sprained my wrist. It was hurting all down my thumb and into my wrist here. And one of you guys commented, and this is why I love you all so much. I love my community here. You are my people. I love you so much. One of you commented down below with your wisdom as usual and explained to me that it's called mummy's wrist or mummy's thumb. And basically, it's very common in new mothers where you're holding your baby quite awkwardly. And I did say in the last video, it seems to be hurting the most when I'm holding Bella and feeding her and stuff. Anyway, this mommy's wrist is a thing and it's common in new mothers. Like I said, in my last video, I bought a wrist splint because I thought it was the wrist. It's actually the thumb and the wrist. So I did buy a wrist like wrap splint, and it did not have this thumb detail on. So if you're new mum and you're watching this and you've got this mommy's wrist, that's what it is. And you need a splint with this like thumb section. It's like it really holds the thumb into place. Anyway, so this is me. Also, one of you commented and said, I've got a wrist splint glove and I call it my Michael Jackson glove, and I was like, oh my god, I am a massive Michael Jackson fan, in case you didn't know. Also, you might have spied at the beginning of this video that I've had a new delivery. Literally had to remortgage the house to buy the MACKENZI Child's kettle. So if you follow me on Instagram, you will have seen I did invest in the MACKENZI Child's kettle. I couldn't resist. So the Smeg packed in, and I said to Ash, I really wanted a hob kettle anyway, just in line with my style now, my vintage style, and the kitchen, and it will look really good on top of the hob. It'll clear the island. All of the reasons above. It was a decision not made lightly. I've been thinking about it for a while. In fact, I did have my eye on the Le Creuset one a couple of years ago when we first moved into the house, getting the kitchen done. And I said then, I'm not going to buy the new kettle, the hob kettle, until my Smeg has packed in, which it did. So therefore, it was time. We invested in the MACKENZI Child's collection. It's the most bougiest purchase of a kettle. I just love it. I think it had to be that one. And yeah, I like a little bit of luxury. I'm not going to lie. I work really hard, or we work really hard for it. And it's nobody's business, I suppose, what, you know, we spend our money on. But I'm saying that because I did have a couple of comments on Instagram and on the last video when I mentioned the MACKENZI Child's kettle. I don't think the comments were made to be mean or anything like that, so I haven't took offence to it. I'm not triggered at all by that, but I just want to say that we are quite financially literate. I don't mean to sound condescending when I say that, but when I get a comment saying it costs more to heat a kettle on the hob than it does in the electric, or please tell me you haven't spent that much on a kettle, it's when I get those comments. So this is to those people. We are quite financially literate. I'm not stupid. I work really hard, and so does my husband. I do like a little bit of luxury here and there. I don't have to justify how I spend my money at all to anybody. And yeah, let's just leave that there. That's the kettle I wanted. That's the kettle I got. So make sure you're all sat comfy cozy with your favourite drinks. Get the biscuits out and the Easter eggs. You've probably had enough already, haven't you, by now? And yeah, let's spend the Easter weekend together.
The gentle April rain that stained the window panes last night is all but gone, but lingers on in scented clouds of air. We watch the town awaken to the trembling morning lights. You're so near and spring is everywhere. We danced until the stars came out and spread across the sky. The wee small hours of morning all went by, and day is here. We won't give up our dancing, and across the floor we fly. When you are near, spring is in the air. I hold you so close, I think you must hear my heart tingle. We're hand in hand, cheek to cheek, and floating in midair. When you are near, spring is everywhere.
guys, it might look a little bit charcoaled, but I tell you, it's not that bad. And oh, look at this. It looks absolutely delicious.
There is no place I'd rather be than right here next to you. And I truly love to talk about your lovers, old and new. You never spare me details as you confide in me. I smile and give advice, but cannot tell you how I feel. How easy it would be to fall for you, but that of course is something I won't do. 'Cause we've agreed between you and me, we're nothing more than friends. How silly it would be to put this friendship to an end. How crazy that would be, yet here I am, falling in love again.
It's a few hours later, everybody. Bella, Poonami, all over my outfit, all down my leg. It was literally an ish storm. My husband watched the last vlog and noticed that I said the word S-H-I-T. I got told off. Oh, not again. Oh no. We've had to have a bath and everything. Yeah, I'm gonna have to come back to you with the tablescape, okay guys? Today is not a good day.
A little different than all the rest. I'm quite old-fashioned, where I had sometimes played chess. And when I'm out, I'm looking for that vintage fling. But all complexions that I adore, so hard to find, these seem impossible to score. So I dream on to someday find that vintage love. I kept on looking, but everyone's such a bore. And out of a sudden, you came through the door. At the next table, your whiskey neat, the lights were dimmed as our eyes met, moves on me. And forevermore, I like to share that vintage dream.
So it's Good Friday or Holy Friday, and Ashley's off, of course, off work. I'm going to do us some gorgeous BLT sandwiches this morning, and I just wanted to know, are you toasted or not toasted? Let me know in the comments. But yeah, let's make some BLT sandwiches together, my fave. Good morning everyone, it's the next day. Obviously stopped filming yesterday because yesterday just was not happening. How funny, the punami. I mean, I'm laughing today. I wasn't laughing yesterday when it was dripping down my leg. Guys, it was bad. It was bad. Why are we talking about baby poo? Oh my God, like, change the record. Anyway, it was a bad day. It's not a bad life. We move. Anyway, it's Good Friday today and we've just had the slowest, loveliest morning. I made BLT sarnies, as you guys could see, and I thought we could do some faffing around. I've actually woke up and Ashley's put my little dragonfly hooks up on the wall, so I've just been faffing around and styling those here in the kitchen and adding some little bits and bobs. I feel quite inspired this morning. I've just started cleaning up and then the baby's fallen asleep, so I thought we could do some faffing. Also need to bake a cake. We still haven't done that, so I want to show you some of the faffing that's been going on here in the kitchen. Oh, and I didn't finish showing you guys the finished tablescape for the Easter. Also need to do a food shop today. We need to get the lamb. I've just saved a recipe on Instagram to make the perfect like slow roasted leg of lamb, and it looks absolutely delicious. Last year I got it wrong and I didn't get the meat quite right and it really ruined it for me. I mean, my lovely lot won't tell me that, but I'm my own worst critic. Anyway, we need to do the food shop and get all of the yummy bits for our Easter feast. And yeah, Good Friday. Thank you, Jesus. So I've just spun you guys around so you can see what I can see right now. In fact, out of the window you might just catch a glimpse of Ash. He's out there just levelling out the new courtyard patio. So you might see him through the window, but I just wanted to show you from this angle. Quite unfortunate because you're backlit, but these are the cast iron dragonflies from my latest Temu haul. Ashley's put them on the wall for me this morning. So I've hung a vintage, this is actually a muslin cloth for Annabelle, but I thought it looked lovely there. I like the print of it. And then also my apron. This is a coffee apron, espresso coffee canvas apron. I do need a new one actually. I'll wait for my next trip to HomeSense, see if I can find a really nice linen one, but that's what the hooks were for. I wanted to hang up my apron as well as my tea towel just here on that big pillar next to these windows. I've also just been up on a bar stool quite high up, as you can see, and hung my little hanging plant as well, and I think that that looks lovely up there. Let me come back again and show you what it looks like. There we go. Can we see? And it just fills up that what was quite a bland space here in the kitchen. And then as I'm walking past by the island, I can just grab my tea towel or grab my apron if I'm here cooking at the cooking station. Everything's in reach, so it works wonderfully. I've also been in my styling cupboards to have a little faff around. I've got so many gorgeous fall blooms that really could be utilising, especially now it's spring, that have been like stored away obviously over the winter time. So I've had a chance to have a look through those. These are absolutely gorgeous. These are, I've actually got loads of these. These are like white sunflowers, aren't they lovely? I actually use these in the autumn as well, but yeah, I thought these would look really good in these two pots. I found these. Do you remember when I picked these up? I picked these up in the sale from Dunelm. They might still do it. It's like a green glass, tinged glass vases, and it's got this scalloped edge, and I think I thought I would use them in the garden. I suppose I could just use them anywhere around the house. You know how I like to faff around and change things up and down and things like that, but I thought we've got loads of stems, 4 blooms, and we've got these just stored away in the cupboards. It's a shame, why aren't we utilising them? So I've separated my little bunch. There's about 7 stems in each bouquet, and I thought we could have them in here like this and create these little bouquets in these vases. How nice is that? Wow, very nice. They'd look really good on the centre island here actually, wouldn't they? Although I have something in mind for the centre island this Easter. We need to get some white tulips. I went to the supermarket yesterday. Normally they have like bunches and bunches of tulips, which they did have, but I'm specifically looking for white ones. I just love the green and the white together. That's kind of my vibe. And yeah, they didn't have any white ones at all. Maybe they are very popular, but I've got an idea for the centre island regarding some white tulips. Hopefully we can get that done in this video as well. But if we don't, we can use these here on the centre island. Because you know what it's like having a little one. Like, you can make all the plans you want. I am now an employee of Annabelle. I'm her personal assistant. That's basically what I am. Now, that is my new job title. How good do they look? So I've popped them on the island here, these vases for now. I was going to pop them up on the shelf there at the back. It's quite bare looking. Like I said, we need to go shopping. I need a lot more styling options to fill the house. So lots of faffing going on. There will be a cake in this cake stand this weekend, I promise. However, you just know that it's sod's law that if I start baking now, the baby's going to wake up. So until I can pass the metaphorical baton, baby baton, to Ash, we're not going to be able to get any baking done. So I will do it later on this evening, I think. And yeah, that's what everything's looking like in here. I actually need a new cookbook for my little cookbook stand, which is usually here in the centre of the island, right in front of the chopping board. And I need to buy one. In fact, I might get onto Amazon. They've got one that I really would like, and it's been in my basket for a while. So yeah, I'm gonna get on there now and order that while I'm remembering, because it's like old Mother Hubbard. It's very bare. And I know we're quite backlit, but I'm loving how this area looks. I've just ordered some hooks for these linen curtains. They trail on the floor at the moment, but I do plan to have some little tie backs that hang off of the wall on the inside there, so we can like scoop them up and they'll just look a little bit more like gorgeous, framing that area. So yeah, they're on the way, and we'll finish off this area as we go along, bit by bit, stone by stone, brick by brick. Also everybody, the baskets underneath the kitchen island that we put in the last video, they didn't quite work. I mean, lots of you commented and said that it could do with 3 baskets under there. You're absolutely right. However, I already had decided once I'd put that video out that I didn't like the baskets where they were. I just didn't want the baskets there. I didn't think they worked. And yeah, Ash agreed with me. They didn't look quite right under there in the alcove. I will be styling up this area with the candles, I think, as well, because we want that to look really styled and pretty, because you can see this side of the island here from the, what do you call it, room? What do you call it, Ash?
Living room.
Living room, kitchen lounge. You can see it, as you can see, from this side. So, yeah. We're at our local antique centre. It's you.
Where are you then?
I don't know, I'm sure you're going to find something. Dabby Finnegan. And look at that, Buzz Lightyear looks like you. I like these because my nanny used to have one and it gives me them vibes.
Oh yeah, look on the mantle.
Yeah. Oh, I think we need one of them for the snug room. It's quite heavy, like, you know, feel how heavy that is.
by myself, not a care in the world. This is a life, just me, myself, and I am watching the clouds up in the sky, all but laughing out loud. I'm telling you why I'm living the life, just me, myself, and I used to think that life was cold and lonely when you up and left me, sadness overwhelming. Oh me, I'm out and about, painting the town red, I'm coming around. There ain't no doubt about it, I'm no longer blue. So glad we are through, just me, myself, and I.
Bella! Bella! So we have everything we need. We have a mixing bowl here. We've got some eggs. You just add eggs and oil, and I've also got out my cake tin. So I do split the mixture. We'll bake one half and then the other half. I actually need 2 of these cake tins so that I can bake the 2 halves at the same time to save time. Yeah, we've got our cake mix here, and then we've got the matching icing. And then we have my cake stand, my beloved cake stand, and that's where it's going to sit on the kitchen island. Not for long, I expect. I bet you any money by Bank Holiday Monday, that cake has gone.
The gentle April rain that stained the window panes last night is all but gone, but lingers on in scented clouds of air. We watch the town awaken to the trembling morning lights. You're so near in spring.
2:35. This is why I get things wrong. This is why nothing works out, because I can never stick to the plan, and if I do this from scratch, it's horrendous, everybody. Maybe we will start to try. I always say this, don't I? I never have time. I definitely never have time now. 3 medium eggs. De trois. Salakadoom, a magical boom, a bippity boppity boom. Put them together, believe it or not, bippity boppity boo. Salakadoom, Marie, bippity bippity boo. It'll do magic, believe it or not, bippity boppity boo. Should have used a bigger bowl. Like, this is what I mean. I just underestimate absolutely everything when it comes to baking. I'm just like, it'll do. It'll do. And then I wonder why it doesn't work out, you know? The rules are there for a reason. Flipping heck, that's my workout done for the day. Okay, there is our mixture in the pan, and this is going to go in the oven for however long it says on the packet. And then this goes into the centre, I believe. Oh guys, just in time, look what's just come through the door. My free prints. So every month I've been using free prints because you get about 45 free every single month, and they do all sorts of things like photo books and cards. Obviously I think they're all extra, but you get 45 free prints per month. And so yeah, I've been printing off all of our photos. I've got last month's in here. But yeah, I just pay for delivery. I just get the standard free prints. I can't remember the size actually. Does it say in here? So I've got 41 4x6 in gloss, and that is what you get free every single month. Also, it like frees up your camera roll, doesn't it? Do you know what this gives me, guys? This gives me 90s vibes. You know when you used to take photos and you'd have to go to like, what was it called? The shop in town that you used to have to go to and like have your photos printed out, and you didn't know if they were turning out good or not, and it was like a total surprise because you didn't get to preview them like you can with digital photos. That's come out with funny colour actually. That's my Annabelle. Oh, stop it. Look at my baby. Oh, my sweetheart. Just family photos. You've probably seen some of these on my Instagram, everyone. Oh, look at that little dolly. Stop it. Stop it. Oh, look at that one, everyone. Do you know what? I asked ChatGPT to turn my photos into a Beatrix Potter illustration. It's like very popular right now to do that. Anyway, this is what it came up with.
Waking up to a brand new day in between your sheets, breaking up in the best of ways, and I'm back again on the street. But then out of the blue, a wind starts blowing in ways so new, a world more exciting than mine is holding up a great big welcoming sign. Life is for living. Let's see where this all might lead. But then out of the blue, strolls down the boulevard. But your place is closer than mine. Why don't we go there and have some more wine? 'Cause life is for living. Let's see where this all might lead.
little vintage jars. I had a little vision for the Easter with white tulips along either a tablescape or my centre island, but we did the sunflowers in the green vases on the centre island and I really like them there, so I thought to myself, oh, why not put them here underneath this alcove? We was going to do candles, and we still will, because obviously these are real blooms, they're not going to last long, just supermarket flowers, and they didn't have any white tulips. I tried 3 times to get white tulips and it just wasn't happening, so I think these are called Corinthians. They're just like large daisies. I think they're absolutely beautiful, and I've really enjoyed like arranging these flowers. Like, I could spend all day doing this. And anyway, I thought while I was sat here on the kitchen floor with the camera out, I will outro this video because it's gonna get hectic later today with all the food cooking, and I can never remember to vlog throughout whilst I'm doing all of that work. It's like Christmas Day dinner, like you're just not vlogging, are you? You're not vlogging the whole process. And it's like Christmas but midway through the year, so like a spring Christmas, I suppose. All the Christian holidays we love over here, most of us love them as well, don't we? Guys, we hit 8,000 of you this weekend. I can't remember which day it was. I woke up, I did put it on my Instagram stories. I woke up to 8,000 of you lot, and I just thought, oh my God, wow. You know, it never ceases to amaze me. I will forever be grateful that you're tuning into my little live whilst I'm faffing about with daisies or whatever they're called. And like, I just can't believe it. And you know, you're all just so supportive. I really consider you guys my friends and family, and you know, like, I just can't thank you all enough. You know, you really make my day, you really make my life, and yeah, just thanks so much for being here. So before I start to shed a tear, still postpartum, okay? I'm gonna leave you all to it. I hope you've had a wonderful Easter weekend with your families, and I'll see you next week for another video. Bye guys.
Life is for living. Let's see